Well, I don't really like share my personal business on social media, but I feel like I share it with y'all since y'all always tune in with me or whatever like that. So about 2 weeks ago, my lungs collapsed on me, and I just haven't been able to, you know, it's like the minute I get into a story, I run out of breath or whatever. And I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to get used to like breathing a certain way, talking a certain way. And when it comes to doing street news, I can't get it out. So I think that might be more, to me, more depressing than anything. And so if you've been wondering why I haven't been uploading videos, that's why. But I've been trying, but I don't think I could do it right now. But I'm trying. I mean, I don't know. This is sad though. This is sad to talk about. I think my stories are sad enough, so y'all probably don't need to hear about stuff like that. But yeah, I don't really like, put my business on social media like that. But for y'all, y'all tune in with me whenever I post a video, y'all liking, y'all commenting and stuff like that. So I feel like I owe it to y'all to like at least let y'all know why, you know, why I haven't been uploading and why it's been so long since I posted a video. Appreciate your prayers. I was just telling someone I've been feeling the same way. How did you know your lungs collapsed? Well, I didn't know it was my lungs at first. I was actually being treated for having a heart attack. They thought that, well, I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't breathe. So they thought that I was having a heart attack. And then they treated me for that. And then they thought that the sac which my heart sits in, they thought that I had an infection around that. And after about 3 days in the hospital, they just said that it was my lungs. They just collapsed. And yeah, like no warning, no nothing like that. It was just something that just happened. Walking from the bedroom to the kitchen, and everything just went left. So again, that's why. But something that I would say though is life could change real fast. Like I was in Vegas. I got off the plane coming from Vegas at 2 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, 3 hours later, I was in the emergency room talking about heart failure within a span of 3 hours. I never had any issues with my health at all. Like it just like my whole life just changed within a span of just 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like 1 minute you having the best time of your life. You walking up and down the strip in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? You going to get daiquiris and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it's so crazy because like before I got on the plane, I was I was just staring out the window, looking at the mountains and stuff like that. And I was just like, dang, like, just enjoying the view and all of this stuff. And like I say, 3 hours later, I'm laid up in the hospital, with IVs and all of this stuff in my arms and, talking about heart failure. And I remember like, I was talking to the doctor and I was just like, man, how did this happen to me? Like, how did this happen to me? You know, like, man, I was just having fun in Vegas. You know, now I'm here talking to you, you know. And like I say, it's just crazy, man, how fast your life could just turn around. And now I'm at a point to where it's like I have to learn how to breathe and talk, and like when I do my videos, I'm like, ha, this is Eric J coming at you. And it's like after a couple words, it's like I'm stopping, and I don't know, man. But again, that's why it haven't been no videos. That's why. But it could have been worse though. It could always be worse. So I don't really, I don't feel sorry for myself or whatever. I don't feel sorry for myself. I don't feel like, life is super hard for me or nothing like that, because it's always somebody who got it worse than you. You know what I'm saying? But again, I just felt like I owed y'all an explanation on why. We know your health is more important. Have you ever tried meditation? Actually, this is the crazy part about the meditation. So I have like real bad real bad panic attacks, right? So I'm like really claustrophobic. So when I be on the planes and stuff like that, the window is like super small. So what happened was I've been learning like these different breathing techniques or whatever, right? Where you just take like these short breaths and stuff like that. And actually that really contributed to my lungs collapsing on me or whatever. Because by me taking these short breaths up in the air, I actually filled my lungs up with air, not knowing or whatever, but I actually filled my lungs up with air. And then once I came out of the plane, of course, the pressure and all of that stuff changed or whatever. And I don't know, long story, but like I say, with all of that being said, I'm still thankful that I can talk to y'all still. I probably can't give y'all street news right now, but I could still talk to y'all. I mean, I could still walk around. I could still, do the things, some of the things that I used to do. Can't do them all, but it's a lot of stuff that I still can do, So, you can control this hypervate. And see that like short breaths, that works with me a lot. I just think, and listen, this is crazy though, like whatever, homie. You went to Job Corps in McKinney, right? Yeah, I went to Job Corps in 2000. I was there from 2000 to 2003. I don't know. This just gonna take some getting used to. And still, even with all of this said, don't be surprised if I still try to hit y'all with a video. But just work with me though. You know what I'm saying? Just work with me, and I'll be back. Other than that, though, what's going on with y'all? Y'all know what's going on with me. I just told you. I went to gym. Yeah, I know. You from there. Good to see you doing your thing, fam. Stay healthy, stay safe. I appreciate that. What year you was in Job Corps? Oh yeah, Terrell, you went to Job Corps in McKinney too. You're a very smart man. I feel you have a high purpose. I appreciate hearing that. And that's why that's why I take this so personal with not being able to, do what I like to do, because I feel like I do have a purpose. So when I come into a roadblock like this here, you know what I'm saying? That's why I take it so personal. Some of my, people tell me all the time, some of the stories that I do, they man, I had to cut the story off in the middle of it. I couldn't watch it. It was just too much. I had to cut it off. But then I got some people that'll reach out to me, and be like, hey, that happened to me. I had an uncle that was raping me, and my mama told me I couldn't say nothing. I had to keep it in the family. I had to keep that behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So when you told that story, I felt like you was talking to me, because I lived that. So, every story ain't gonna be for you. You know what I'm saying? But these stories are definitely a reflection of what's going on out here. I'm not just making them up. I'm not sitting somewhere creating these stories. These stories are really happening. These children that I'm talking about are really dying. Their parents are really killing them. These stories are really a reflection of our society. And they might be gruesome, but we live in a gruesome world. But I ain't gonna hold y'all up. Yeah. I ain't gonna hold y'all though. But if you ain't been if you've been wondering why you haven't got a story in a couple days, that's why. And some days are better than others. So don't count me out. But that's all I gotta say, y'all.